You got to be careful when he's around there. You got to pick him up. He's kind of like Gutierrez in many respects, where if you lose sight of him, he can make a play happen.
Wodars keeps it at the point. It's tipped in. It's goal! I want to say that's Logan Verville's goal, as he's celebrating heavily on the wrister from Wodars. And 2 minutes on the nose in this hockey game. The Ice Bats take the lead.
Tip, tip, tip. That's all that's been going on for the Ice Bats. And Logan Verville gets a stick on this one right past Graybill. And a bit of friendly fire as well, as I believe it hit a couple of Rhinos sticks on the way in as well. But officially does go to Logan Verville, and Ashton Moore, I believe, also picks up an assist.
27 seconds burned on the power play.
Yeah, that too much passing. My dad always called it too much figure skating. Can't do too much figure skating in the zone, and when you do that, it allows the Rhinos to get their coverage, get on the guys they want, play man, play zone, whatever you have to do. You'll see the Rhinos kind of go into a box. They'll play the box, and then they go right to the diamond. The second Hillman hits the middle of the ice.
Would not be surprised if it does.
No.
It comes over to Sauna. Backhand feed, scores! Daniel Sauna. That was smooth as butter. Holy moly.
Yeah, what a goal, Sauna. Took everyone was going right. He was going left. Pass him on the turn lane and buries it. It's 2-0. And from someone that we don't see score often, he made it look too easy.
How can you modify the system while still keeping it within the realm of possibility for the players to adapt to, while changing it up enough to throw off the opposition's scheme? It's a chess match when it comes to the coaching, and we'll see what the Ice Bats can do moving forward against the Roadrunners and, of course, the Drillers in the playoffs, too.
Yeah, and I think that's something that the Ice Bats are going to have to do. And I think the one thing I love about this Ice Bat roster is that we always talk about how they're top-heavy. They have the Foregrave, Hillman, Pirardi line. But any of these guys can be moved in and out to kind of gain some more chemistry. If something's not working, you change it. You don't have the same thing expecting a different result. That's what makes a lot of teams non-successful. And something that the Rhinos can do, I would like to see Shaq or Plant kind of jump up on that first line with Gutierrez, kind of change something up, because right now another thing they're doing is currently working.
Jackson McKnight as well. Saw a lot of good offensive zone time from them throughout this series, and these guys have gone quiet in this third and final game.
And the thing is, it's 5-0. You're out of the playoffs. Your season's kind of lost. Why not go try some things, right? Yeah. What do you got to lose? The game? Okay, well, the game's already kind of out of hand with being at 5-0. So I would say the Rhinos, everyone that can move up, moves up.
Yep.
And just see what you can do with that. But
green light everybody.
Exactly. And if they do that, the Ice Bats are going to have to adjust, because we've seen times where against the Brahmas, against the Roadrunners, where they've sent guys up and the Ice Bats have had fits, but they're able to control that.
They haven't really given up much to El Paso. Their chances mostly kept to the grade Bs. A couple breakaways, but even then, that late chance for Bamback, the back check from Pirardi stopped that from being good.
Yeah, and they've gotten past the coverage of the Ice Bats defenders a couple times in this game. We kind of saw it over the 3-game series. I think they were able to do that, but just not enough. Not enough effort, not enough times where they've been able to score good chances. It's been a comedy of errors, I'll say, for the Rhinos. But for the Ice Bats, they don't need to take their foot off the gas right now. They just need to keep the pace, dump the puck in, go after it. If you want to score, go for the goal. But it just feels like the Rhinos feel very resigned right now to their loss.
With Mako in goal, the way he's been playing this weekend, I think they do have a good chance of putting something together.
They do, and I understand you went with Graybill to start. I would have gone to Mako, because after that last half of that period, he looked really good, looked really solid, had to face a couple of good chances from the Ice Bats, and stonewalled all of them. So the wonderment is there. Should he have started yesterday's game and tonight? Because I know it's hard to play 3 days in a row, but the way he's been playing, he probably could have done it.
A lack throughout the course of this game so far.
And I feel like the Rhinos, to better, at least if they're listening, the best thing they can do is when they have catch the Ice Bats on a change, catch them when they're sleeping a little bit, because we saw that the defenseman likes to pinch. If you can pull your guy a little bit through that gap, that's how Bamback got that great chance.
Yep.
They were able to pull him back and throw him through the middle. If they can do that a little bit more often, they're going to get a little bit more grade A chances.
Been close on multiple occasions, but Bamback's in. Bamback rolls off his stick at the top of the circle. And that's unlucky for Jake Bamback, who's had multiple breakaways tonight.
The Plano, Texas native has looked so good in this game, but just nothing's fell for him. Snake bitten. This game is where you can really see some scoring, because we've seen in previous games, scoring for them has been a pretty laborious task. And, you know, they're trying to run their offense through the half wall, and that only works when you push the defense back into their own zone. However, defenses now, they play tight man, right? And that leads to a predictable scheme, turns into turnovers. They always come down the half wall, and everyone's ready for it. So I would see some strategy change-ups here for head coach Wes Machad. And the Roadrunners, they're just looking to get a win here because they've lost 3 in a row.
That one passed through by Salter. Cleared on out. Scores! Morin through the point and through a wall of humanity in front. The Ice Bats take an early lead on the wrister from number 9.
That shot was just as beautiful as the sunset on Lake Michigan. My goodness, what a shot by Ashton Morin. No chance for Packy to even see it.
Let's take a 1-goal lead for the second time in this hockey game.
That shot was so slick, it could slip through a butter churn. But what a pass from Eris Parardi to no look. Extra effort and a beautiful goal by Gunnar Hillman, who had the overtime winner against the Drillers on last Sunday. My goodness, what a beautiful goal. That is textbook 1, 2, 3 and in the back of the net.
Down low, walking in, feeds the middle, rebound, scores! Caden Gordon, blocked on his first try, puts it in as it's the pass from Morris to feed the center. That gets the Ice Bats their second of the night on the power play.
And what a celebration, the old Tiger Williams celebration. But that whole play happened because the Roadrunners got puck watching. No one picked up Gordon. The second time they did, he's already got the second chance on it, taking his stick away. Not enough, and the defense tried to take the body of Gordon, couldn't take the stick, and he buries it. And I don't blame Packy for that. He's doing it best he can, and his team's just not in front of him tonight.
Break that one out through the middle. And it's some of these passes that got punished against the likes of the Drillers or the Ice Wolves. The Ice Bats are getting lucky here. Walking in, forehand, backhand, wide open 4x6. Beautiful little goal there from Taras Korochenko.
I mean, he's weaving through traffic like a needle through thread. Absolutely mesmerizing goal by Taras Korochenko, making it look too easy.
The basket, and Hillman's shot just misses the blocker side.
They're mucking and grinding in the corners. They're winning these 50-50 puck battles. They're no longer, curling back. They're actually forging on. They're battling forward, and this is a different Ice Bats team, and it's a different look, but it's a better strategy overall.
This time, the first time we have said that in this series.
I mean, it feels like they're being rope-a-doped in their own zone. I mean, they're just trying to avoid every punch that the Ice Bats are throwing at them.
The entries, great. The pressure they put on goal was fantastic.
It really was, and that whole period, the Ice Bats, you saw a different Ice Bats team than what we saw Friday, Saturday. I call it the dump and chisel. They dumped in when the puck got in deep. They were chiseling away at the Drillers. They were fighting out their defensemen. They were battling the whole way through, and that's what resulted in these 2 goals. Yes, they gave one up because the Drillers realized, listen, we're playing a little bit nonchalant. They did not take the Ice Bats as seriously as they should have in that first period, and that cost them.